My name is Rob Gadarian, and I'm here tonight to tell the governing board that no school should close in this decision. Why? Because just like 3.5 years ago, it's a bad decision. And how do we know it's a bad decision? Because when you have to resort to deception to try and convince people to do something, it's a bad decision. How is this deception? Well, the district has knowingly used the state school facility board capacity numbers to publicly demonstrate how underutilized Mesquite and Gilbert Junior Highs are. Except they're not. Because the district maintains its own capacity numbers that correct for known deficiencies in the state school facility board calculations. The district wants the public to believe that the capacity of Gilbert Junior is 963 students, but by their own calculations, it's 725. That puts Gilbert Junior at 70% utilization and Mesquite Junior at 69% utilization. Far cry from the just barely over 50% that we've heard, or at the last forum, the under 50% number that we heard from our superintendent, despite no meaningful change in enrollment throughout the year. Why then would they do this? Simply because the real numbers don't justify closing any junior high school. After all, how many of you citizens are actually going to go out and read the definitions of the school facility board calculations, right? This is deception, pure and simple. Not one of you board members, and most of you should have known about this, have stood up to correct it. Why not? Did you not know? 4 of you were on the Surplus Space Committee's report out. 1 of you is a former principal who surely should know that his school, according to the State School Facilities Board, has a capacity of 20% greater than what the district says it does. So, I guess my question to you is, will you stand up for what's right, or will you vote for deception? Mrs. Smith, you ran on a platform of openness and accountability. If you sit tacitly idly by and let this deception continue, does that sound like accountability? I don't think so. Mr. Santa Cruz, you know what your school's capacity really was, and you know that Mr. Allison did a great job in estimating school capacity. Closing a junior high also has future implications. The district has paid for a demographics study, which this year is off by less than 5% at the junior high level. There's been much made about how the district's demographic study is inaccurate. At the junior high aggregate level, it's off by less than 5%. If you close a junior high in 4 years, the total junior high population will be at 107% capacity across the district, affecting 6,000 students. Board members, you can't ignore these numbers. You have to stop the misinformation or agree to the public that you're part of it. As a governing board members, I also urge you to read and enforce Board Policy KA, which states in part, the superintendent shall invite discussions and suggestions on important educational issues and shall attempt at all times to represent the entire community rather than any single group or section. This whole debacle smacks of divisiveness rather than the representation this policy demands. Yes, GCA needs a new facility. No, closing a junior high is not the answer.